What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I am Quincy Valentine, and welcome to the Valentine Experience. I truly appreciate you guys coming back for said experience. To my left is the insatiable, the incorrigible, the nigga that decided to wear shades indoors.
Yo, why
What's your
you
name?
gotta like? Yo, it's your man, SouFside, man, the gorgeous gangster, man. We in the building, man. Valentine Experience.
Okay.
What's up, man?
And I don't actually get to do this very often.
Go ahead.
But to my right is a nigga I know all my life, but one of the best artists out there, unsigned, out of North Carolina. He from the Triangle, specifically the Bull City. Let the people know who you are.
I'm LORD FESS.
Yo, you gotta put some more.
You gotta put a little,
man. Yo, I heard your music, bro. Like, it's
that's it?
dope, man.
That's it, cuz. That's how.
Yo, you gotta put
This nigga, man.
Yo,
Listen,
man.
look, man. My man like Jr. He performed with the shirt off. It's like his superpowers come on.
Got you.
That's it. Like right now, he in his Clark Kent phase. You feel me?
I see, man. He been relaxed.
I do take my glasses off when I perform on stage. I just thought about it.
You take your glasses off. You take your shirt off, and you go ham.
My shirt don't come off that often no more because COVID made me fat.
Nigga, that's fat.
Yo, respect. That's facts.
then
Bro, I used to be close to 200 pounds of muscle. Now I'm just like, whatever. Baby gut, you know what I mean? Like, Dadbod.
That's how I be.
That is
Dadbod City.
But I'm saying Dadbods are the thing, man. You got 3 black fathers sitting here. You understand? So we all obviously we're in different situations.
But we all got kids, so the Dadbod work.
Nah, it definitely work. I ain't gonna lie.
Dadbod works.
I ain't gonna lie.
Dadbod works.
I caught more kills now than I've ever caught in my life. You feel me?
Dadbod works.
Feel me? Motherfucking stomach on top of the ass, like when I'm clapping it. Like,
I'm dead.
But like for real, tell us, how did you get into music?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, tell us about the progressions. Like what got you into music initially, and then where you're at now, and then where do you kind of see yourself going in the future?
I mean, I started music late. I wasn't the dude that was. Okay, I was about to cap a little bit. Like, it was some slight rap battle type stuff at the lunch table, but I want like the dude at the top of the high school and I'm battling everybody at the rap table and I ain't never gonna lose. Like, I want him. I want the one everybody thought, oh, that nigga gonna make it. Man, I thought I was still gonna be hooping and I still ain't developed the jump shot at this advanced age. I'm still nice. Yeah. I still bust ass, but I can't shoot
that's
for
when
real.
you came out, you gave niggas work.
Yo,
that's when he pulled his calf.
That's when I pulled my calf. I pulled my calf 2 weeks ago. But I pulled my calf 2 weeks ago. But nah, it wasn't here. Like I hated him since we was little tykes, bro. Like the nigga never had a jump shot. He never had anything. Like he just
to the bucket.
But like I would get past him because I was always quick. And then he'll wait till I lay that bitch up and put that bitch on the backboard and just laugh. He was like, get that fuck out of here with that New York shit.
Oh yeah, I hate dribbling. Yo, if you watching this and you're a dribbling ass nigga, like, I will strap that shit the fuck up.
Yo.
Like, I hate the dribbling.
Every time I would come down here,
the player that want to do this.
I used to do that shit all the time.
No.
And the nigga would just put
that
my
shit
shit on
don't
the
work.
backboard.
Yo, I'm dead.
Like, it don't count unless you can put the ball in the hole.
Nah, that nigga would never let me do it. But back to the music, like how, like
so I want the nigga that was like nice at freestyling at the lunch table and we had the rap groups in high school and all that other shit. But it really wasn't until my man Law went to the military that I thought that I could be a pro rapper, like professionally. I mean, that's because he had some deals on the table. But he had a son and he was young. He had a son at the time. And the best decision for him was to go into the military. I'm not suggesting that shit to no niggas and no shit like that. But if it's for you, do what you gotta do for your family. Whatever your decision is.
Like,
but that was his decision. Worked out for his family. You know what I'm saying? But within all of that, all of his recording equipment and shit that he had built up, all this shit, lights, all that shit, he brought it to my crib like, bro, watch this for me. Hold this shit down for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So
was
I learned how to make beats that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I could already kind of do shit. Like, I guess I had like a natural raw talent for music. So I picked the shit up mad fast just by watching everybody else in the studio. And I wasn't super novice. I've been in the studio. I had performed. I had done open mics. I had recorded songs. But it ain't really go to that next level until he went. Well, he went like Kuwait, Afghanistan, back to back. Shit. Glad he back. You know what I'm saying?
My brother
like
did that same shit.
Yeah.
Man.
But he thriving and shit now. But long story short, you know what I'm saying? He came back. I had a music video that I was shooting like literally that weekend that he came back. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I had got to the point where I was doing, and it won't like no bullshit music video.
Copy.
It turns out that the nigga that he's in business with now, cause he full time like film, like he still do his music, but music to me, correct me, Law, if I'm wrong, but music his side gig and film his main gig now. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But the nigga he's in business with, shout out to Kid Ethnic Films. That's who was shooting my first music video at the time, and now them niggas is like full film business partners. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah, that's definitely
So,
but that's divine intervention, because like having a full circle moment where it's like all the moving components that you were already associated with happen to go into business together.
Yeah.
And you guys and it's like that 6 degrees of separation, that common interest, and it kind of just locked in. So it just made it work. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I'm gonna be honest with you, like when you first started doing music, when Cash started first doing music, like when y'all started doing music, I was still dancing. So like I was just like, yo, y'all on one side of the spectrum, I'm on the other side of the spectrum, and I'm watching y'all develop y'all skill set, and it was just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never said it out loud, but I always admired y'all. Like I always admired y'all because I was like, y'all in a region where music is not even looked at in that perspective.
Wasn't even a thing back then.
That's what I'm saying.
There weren't even no clubs downtown.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro?
No,
Nah,
so
bro.
if you
Everything came in the last like 7 to 8 years.
No exaggeration.
Like 2012, the end of 2011 into 2012 is when I shot my first music video. You feel me?
So if you
Since then, like, you know what I'm saying, it took that long time, but as I progressed, like low key, the city progressed too. Like for real.
And if you remember, like I remember Durham in the '90s. Nobody remembers how Durham, North Carolina was.
I don't even remember.
But Durham, North Carolina, like I used to love coming down here because it was country. Now if you go to Durham now, it's nothing like how you remember it.
Yeah, when I had a
So,
few runs out there, I seen how it is. That shit just
Exactly. So like the music
transformation,
scene, but what I think is so fascinating, the art scene has like surpassed the music scene.
Oh yeah.
It's like the whole thing has just blossomed into something like catastrophic over the last like 5 years. And just like going back to him, and I was like, you know, I just admire the artistry. Like North Carolina, and I can honestly say North Carolina doesn't have a specific sound. Like every region has a sound.
I think it's developing now.
It's starting to.
It's developing now.
Yeah.
You could tell us from like everywhere else and shit.
So who's the hottest in North Carolina? Like overall, from old school to new school, like who's like the best rapper in North Carolina? Yeah,
Best rapper in North Carolina.
You got a top 5.
And I wouldn't even say rap.
Yeah, I definitely got a top 5, but the best, like, who fucking it? I mean, okay, it depends on how we doing this.
Exactly.
Because if we could just say Jermaine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, and
but if we not going that level, like, because technically, like, can we say Baby at that point? Because isn't he past that? You know, when we start rating shit, like Baby and Cole gotta be at the top. They the richest, the most prolific. But also, I've been around them niggas camps and shit.
Yeah.
Them niggas work ethic is unbridled. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
only thing you hear about is they work ethic. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But other than that, damn, who top?
Because the thing is, like, when people say music, right, and it's not to cut you, but
Yeah.
when people think about music, when you talk about New York, who's the best rapper, right? They automatically go Hove, Nas, Big, and then Pun is somewhere floating around.
Yeah.
Now the biggest thing,
But that's like the hierarchy.
but that's but that's what I'm saying. Like, those are legendary artists. So legendary artists should never be counted in that. That's
So
how I
we
look
talk-
at it. I'm thinking about people that are ascending
right now.
and trying to break that bubble.
I was talking
You
about
talking about overall.
I was talking about overall in North Carolina. I was talking about overall.
Because there's a lot of
Like
unsigned.
his top
You want to know
5.
what? what's funny though?
What's
like
up?
I don't even listen to North Carolina Don't Kill Me. I don't even listen to Little Brother like that.
Really?
I've never played.
real?
I've never played a Little Brother album more than once.
Wow.
Right? But
That's crazy.
But
I played it at least like 6-7 times.
Fonte is sleepily top 10 ever in the world. Like not just North Carolina.
Yeah.
Cause bro be doing. He got a rap song people probably ain't even really heard. He don't rhyme not one bar. You gotta go. I forgot the name of it because I haven't played it more than once. But I listened to it once, and I'm like, but I could listen to music like that. Like I write so much music, bro. Like my main thing. Like I got songs I done forgot.
I can believe that.
You know what I'm saying? Like they wrote the whole thing, and I done forgot it. But I listen to so much music. I take in so much music, bro, that I know it. Like if I listen, I'm like, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's not. Even if the rapper, quote unquote, sucks talent wise, I know if it's fire.
Gotcha.
Everybody be on Coi Leray ass, right? The moment I heard a Coi Leray song, the moment I said, oh, this gonna pop, she gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Because
it's mainly the singles.
No, but but
like it's some like the singles. Like honestly, the singles now. I
Yeah.
feel like singles just really just pop for most artists. Some people are just that's kind of they lane.
Yeah.
Like
Just to make
I think
singles.
she understand
Algorithms.
either what that too,
Algorithms.
but we
Like,
all
I still feel
understand
like she's still learning
algorithms.
the industry.
Algorithms.
You got an algorithm in your mind right now for how your work day going.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I mean?
But
Like,
life is nothing but an algorithm.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So like like you said, Coi Leray understands. Okay, music. If you look at new music don't really have bridges anymore, right?
Yeah.
So like it's
That's
very
kind of
rare.
everything I write got a bridge.
But that's what I'm saying. You might be the outlier. But for the most part, a lot of music don't have bridges. A lot of them don't have hooks.
Some of them they'll go double bridge because they verse is hooky.
A lot of
I
verses
didn't
are
peep
hooky
that.
now. A lot of verses now.
Everything
it
that
sound
A
like
Boogie
hooks.
make is A Boogie just basically raps hooks.
Yeah.
He
Yo,
probably
I
write
like
like
Boog, though.
7 hooks a day and just throw them all in one long verse.
I never thought
Roddy
about
Rich,
that.
all of his verses is hooks.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You could
Because late at night that.
Nah, that's hard. But
it's
that's
hard.
a different level of songwriting.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Very few rappers can write that level of a song.
You sure?
Like, 'cause-
But it's simplicity
Bro,
though.
one,
I'm saying-
my goal is to be the top songwriter, if not in North Carolina, ever.
Ooh.
Like, I want to be one of those prolific Prince-like songwriters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning shit that other rappers, because I don't even consider myself a rapper no more. Like, I'm
You're
an
an
artist,
artist.
like, full on.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm working on an indie pop project right now. I played that for the first time for the big bros and shit, and they like, everybody who, like, I played it for people that's on already. They wanted me to put my rap project to the side because they said that pop shit was so hard.
And you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy is like as time progresses, because he does music and he used to do music, right? So like even listening to, like, I was like, yo, go listen to my cousin's project, and he's like, all right, so he's listening to it, and he's breaking it, dissecting it down, and he's like, yo, this shit is hard. This one's hard, like Stress. I was trying to understand when you wrote Stress. I'm like, what mindset were you in when you wrote that? Like,
I said when I heard this shit, I was like, yo, I fuck with this shit. Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with it. I feel like it was some thought into it. Then it was just like, it was a lot of creativity to it as well. It still felt like it was something that I had today on the radio. You know what I mean? Even though if the song was probably like a year or two old or so, whatever, like, it's still something that I would hear. I would still bop.
I try to write something that don't date. You know what I mean?
That's what
Like
I'm thinking.
the longer I can write it to not date, the better for me. Because like you said, we ascending.
Yeah.
Like it's a chunk of artists in North Carolina who any one of us could have a good drop in the bucket and it's instantly gone. Like me, Juice Lord, Exhale, like anything could happen like right now. Even though Luke already signed, if he get that next like real single, like next real drop in the bucket, he'll be a nationwide name
and
like shit like that.
You know what's so crazy is because like music, the way music is played now, and you look at Spotify and it goes back to algorithms. Based off of your music taste and how you listen, they suggest specific artists to your specific algorithm.
Right.
So like I look at artists like Masego. Masego's been out forever.
I don't like Masego.
I love Masego.
Oh, man.
Like because he has
I don't listen to it like that.
No,
man.
because he has so much. His instrumentation. Like
he's a talented musician.
And that's what I'm
like
saying.
bar none.
Yeah,
It just ain't for me.
Some people they straight
like
with
shit that I don't listen to don't mean I necessarily hate
No.
it.
And that's
But
not
it's
the
just
thing.
not.
It's not
I'm
for
not
you.
gonna hit the plug button on it.
But the reason why I grabbed Masego out the bunch because Masego's Tadao has been out for like 3 years.
Which one is Tadao?
The
Oh yeah, I know that sample. As soon as you said that,
yeah. So like that's been out forever.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok just made it a thing
within
the last year.
Okay.
So it's one of those things like Giveon. Giveon's been out for a long time.
Y'all supposed to Giveon.
But
that nigga, he's a goat, bro.
I
call him the Hood Sinatra. That's what I call him.
But he understands that when I listened to one of his interviews and he understood, he was like, when my voice started to change, he realized that he's in a lane by himself. And he said once he reached that baritone.
He's a baritone.
He's a baritone.
But he don't sing baritone. Way down in the deeps.
very Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf. You remember Howlin' Wolf?
Howlin' Wolf.
That's what I'm saying.
But he go breathy with his shit. He sings. He, like his throat inflections are the same as if Weeknd was singing it. Cause he up there, it's got the breath and the tone and it's steady. But his chest muscle cavity deep as hell.
Yeah.
So he can't help but to be way down here somewhere. That shit.
But the thing is, the music, like the songs.
Yeah.
Even though his voice is yesteryear. His voice is very yesteryear, right? His voice is yesteryear, but his content is current. So like, it's so much toxicity in the music. Like it's like you want to turn it off because of the tone, because your ears, when you first hear it, your ears have to adjust to what you're listening to.
Nah, most people who don't dive into music, they just think it's an effect on somebody's voice. Till you hear him speaking, you're like, oh, that's Burr real voice.
That's his real voice.
Like Khalid. You think he got an effect on his voice or something?
No.
People think Roddy got a lot on his voice.
Really?
Roddy don't got that much on his voice.
I just feel like
Roddy don't got that much on his voice. Yeah. He got some vocal correction, but that's about it. He ain't got too much. He like as much shit as Travis Scott got on his voice. Roddy has like 1/10 of that.
Travis. So Travis, look. Love his content, everything. It's just
you don't like Travis Scott?
It's like up and down for me.
Nah, I love Travis Scott.
Like it's up and down for me. Cause he's very unique. He's very unique.
Yeah.
He's very unique.
It's not like he to that point where he don't even care if he wrote it.
But that's where you should be at. Once you have success in the music
at this point,
industry.
I don't care if I wrote my hook. I'm still very rapper prideful about my verses. You know what I'm saying? I don't want too much input on my verses. But if it's a hook or a line need to get changed real quick, like I just recorded this one hook, and bro told me, he was like, nah, you kind of went Anderson .Paak a little bit, like dial it back. So I'm definitely, you gotta hear the song, like you gotta hear the song.
I hear
it's something unreleased, you know what I mean? But I'll probably go back and re-record the hook. Because I'm very accepting of that input, especially when it comes to the hook. Now, when it comes to rap verses, like I'll accept input on one of my song verses, but a rap verse, I don't want no input on that.
Yeah, so I mean,
that makes sense.
Exactly. So,
but Travis, he's an artist, but
you consider Travis a rapper?
What do you consider?
He's not a rapper,
right?
He's not a rapper.
Travis Scott is a
he's in that lane with Uzi.
Nah,
he's in that lane with Uzi.
Y'all
don't think so?
Uzi writes his shit first of all.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And when Uzi not high, he be going in.
I love you know what's so crazy? It took me a minute to love. Like I love Uzi now, bro. Like just everything out there about him. He's very unique and he's okay with being that outlier. Because like when he went to the interview, when he did with old man Ebro, and then, and he was spitting, he was like, and they was like, and he was like, man, you gonna spit something basically, and he was like, I'm a rock star, and like everybody laughed at it, but he really is bro. Like if you ever watch his shows, and like that's why I think I have so much like love, like watching you perform. Is like you understand your demographic, you understand your energy, the output, you understand the output that you put out.
I don't feel like I understand my demographic yet.
You don't think so?
I feel like if I did, I'd be at 1 million followers at this point.
So what would you consider? What would you consider? Yeah. What would you consider? A. What would you consider yourself being in, as far as like, artists, like your
like
your
box?
category, and like where you
I wouldn't categorize it for it. The furthest I will go with categorizing it is I'm an artist that makes two different music spectrums. I make urban music and I make indie pop.
Gotcha.
Like, but that's as far as cause when people start to try to hyper focus it, I don't really like the hyper focus. Maybe that's like my missing piece or something, like why I ain't really like caught like talk about, but I'm fine with that if I could stay outside of this hard shell of a box. I wanna be in a soft box. I wanna be in a 3-sided box so I can step out of it every now and again. Got you.
I think that understanding that part of it, because a lot of that comes with understanding yourself. Yeah. Like, and that's not just from like an artist standpoint. Right. That's just understanding yourself as a person. Right. Because I think that comes with time and attrition. Like all those things that you're constantly. What I love about your music is like you're constantly calibrating. Like you're like.
I feel like that. I'm always.
Yeah. So it's like when you're turning on like. It's like having a stove, like, and having like rice, and you're constantly checking the temperature on it because you don't want to overcook it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, but you don't underwhelm it. And
not at all, right? And that shit become like the process, like low key, it's like cooking because I'm always tweaking, but it's the curiosity that got me like that. Cause it's like, what happens if I, or can I go too far this way, or you know what I mean, like. It's a chemistry, like it's because cooking is chemistry.
Oh yeah,
and for
Talking
me,
to the chef.
Yeah,
he's a chef.
That shit just chemistry.
I don't cook no more, man.
Man, listen,
I cook in the house. Yeah. If people want to pay me to cook, I do it.
Listen,
you're still a chef. Catering, you know what I mean?
You're still a chef though.
Listen, I'm a retired chef. Retired young black chef.
And I think that's like a beautiful thing, like. Being able to
I
do
apologize too, man. I'm sorry. I had to check on home. My bad.
No.
Oh. Yeah, my bad.
Man, listen. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to understanding that we're all fathers.
Like, Dadbod City.
Dadbod City. Man, listen.
Dadbod City.
Listen, man, listen. I just think that it's awesome that you're able to put forth the content. Like, what was like your ideas like when you created the last project, like creating the intro, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you've created to this point, like what was like the process that went through it?
The like last project, Rebellion was one of those things where, so I started working with Mez, and he started mixing my shit. Cause first, like when we met, we weren't even on no music shit. We was just homies. Some people introduced us at a festival. It was like, yeah, man, let's chop it up. And we just chopped it up and shit. And then he went and listened to the music. He was like, nah, this shit is hard. Like, what you working on? So I started sending him the undone shit. And he was like, I ain't gonna say who beat. I had a folder of beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, I get my people to send you some beats. And Mez is J. Cole's engineer. Okay. So the beats that he had was way different quality than the beats that I was sitting on at the time. You know what I'm saying? So he shot the shits. Shout out to Diamond and Alex. We got some beats in, and I'm like, I got something for this one. And the first thing that we recorded together was Way Too Long. I've been, you've been, we've been, sleep. Yeah. Like, that was the first thing we recorded. That shit was a bop. And then he was like, yeah, bro, you know you gotta top this now, right? So that became the bar, and we just try to build on it. I had been hanging around Made of Vogue and his whole camp for a minute. So I had a bunch of like alternative, like outside influences, you know what I mean, that went into the sound. So that's why my shit don't sound traditional rap, traditional hip hop.
That's what I said when I heard his shit. I was like, yo, I no lie. I got like a TDE vibe slash like fucking what I said?
People be
Tyler Creator type shit. Like
people say
I was
shit
getting
like
so many
Tyler,
different, so many different. I
Baby
like that
King,
shit though. I like that shit, man. I like hearing different shit.
But so like once we went into that, honestly, I was chasing a hit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, yo, this reaction that I got in the studio, I want that shit to snowball. So everything that I made, I was trying to top at that point.
Yeah.
We did some of it down here. We did some of it in New York. But I was just really trying to write something that could hit people emotionally and sell records.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like we gonna be all right.
Right.
Something like that.
Because you gotta sell records.
Yeah.
Because Dadbod City. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to take care of at home.
And this episode will be called Dadbod City.
Dadbod City.
Dadbod City.
I gotta sell records because baby girl gotta eat. You know what I mean?
Listen.
And coming home with really nice sounding records that ain't going nowhere and ain't bringing no shows. That shit only gonna last for so long. You can't keep can't keep nothing on your side like that. You
can't feed nobody on potential.
Was you going for like the independent route, or was you trying to look to be like with a label and shit?
I don't care. I understand both sides more than most people, I think. So, and I got some cool people that I could call and figure out if something fucked up.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if I'm fucking up independently, I got people I can call and guide me through that. If I'm fucking up label wise, I got people that I can. Well, first of all, label wise, you gonna get dicked.
Oh, that's 360 coming. That's 360.
I would never sign.
You feel me? That's a wraparound, baby.
I wouldn't do a 360, but I would take a bad bank loan because that's what they are.
That's
what they are. They bad bank loans.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Had to pay that shit
you
back.
have to understand your risk because it's risk versus reward. And if you got people to feed at home, then sometimes you need that bad bank loan. That bad bank loan can keep you afloat for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? If the money right, like Trinidad James, his. Publicly, they said his was $4 million. What can you do with $4 million right now?
Shit.
Even if you gotta pay it back at some point in life, what can you do with that $4 million at this exact moment?
I'm taking care of shit.
You see, what can you do with $4 million?
$4 million right now. If I got $4 million right now, I would take care of everything as far as like the potting expenses. We'll take care of that. Then next, I'll put money in an RAA loan, right? And then a lot of it is going to be a lot of investing. Because I mean, the thing is,
but you got a plan.
But see, the thing is, I'm thinking 18 months down the line,
right?
Because something has to come back. Because I got to feed my baby. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's literally my thought process behind anything. And then anybody that I'm gonna
feed a few babies.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm only having one.
If I get $4 million, I'm having a new baby.
Nah,
Shorty, I'm on the way home.
No way. Look, hold on. Mind you, look, one kid. And I'm gonna just point to you.
That's because they ain't sent me $4 million.
Man, listen.
That's why but you sent me $4 million.
Man, listen. Probably like one more.
With $4 million, I'm working on it. I'm damn sure gonna practice.
Just make sure you add another $4 million with that when you have
listen.
Kids, man.
I think, boy, that's what I'm saying. Like but that goes back to understanding. Like, you give $4 million to an idiot, that $4 million is gone. You give $4 million to a reasonable thinking person,
right?
And that $4 million is going to multiply. Even if you make 25% interest on that, you're fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to understand that. And then think about it like this. Even, like you said, even if it's 10 years, right? You take that $4 million on year one.
Right.
You should, by year 4, year 5, you should have already multiplied it and paid that loan back.
And
that's what I'm saying, and paid that loan back.
Bro.
So you shouldn't have that issue.
I know so much of what not to do right now. Like, that if I fail horribly right now, then I'm going to just go ahead and retire and do film for time. Because, look.
So how do you know? Not to cut you off. How do you know?
I can't tell you that.
Listen. You know what I'm saying? Look, we're close in age.
I'm saying if you 35 and rapping, or at least in the industry or in that field, I think it's fine. I think if you're in
it's fine.
But ready?
It's fine. It used to
but you ready for this?
When XXL first started doing their Rookie of the Year and stuff like that, was a lot of ageism going on in rap.
But not even that.
But don't nobody care no more. If you're 30 and you're rapping, it's fine.
It's fine.
Fucking 2 Chainz is damn near what, 46, 47.
But
right?
2 Chainz pop now.
Wait,
2 Chainz because he was already old.
Titty. He was Titty.
Nah, he was Tit before that.
I'm
People
saying,
forget that.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You had a song with Wayne when you was 25.
Yeah.
You're fine.
But then after
you
all
can
that
find
time,
your way back.
After all that time, he didn't come back to True.
Right.
The True Religion mixtape.
Right.
That's the shit that made him pop. That was
Now I would say
that was trash.
I'm fucking with you.
I would say motherfucking T-Pain. He popped late. He was like 28, 29 or something.
I can give you somebody recent, Griselda.
Who the fuck is that?
You said who the fuck is Griselda?
Stop it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want to do that while that's on.
But Griselda's a whole label.
But I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Benny the Butcher, Conway, Westside Gun.
Yo, I don't listen to Up North. I mean, not Up North. Where them niggas from?
They from Buffalo,
New York.
Yeah,
I'm from the city.
Bro. It don't matter.
Come on. I just heard about the niggas like probably like two years ago, but I just don't relate to that. I can't. That type of
St. John was 30.
Listen. Yeah,
St. John is
like
dope.
30. Yeah,
he's dope.
But you can tell his music is adult.
It's adult theme music.
You can hear it.
Like even
he sounds like an adult.
Yo, when I'm in the crib, nigga, I'm like this, nigga. It gotta be a bop. Like I love the hood rap, bro. But after a while, I can't hear it.
But you know what's so crazy? Now that I'm older, I understand music a lot differently. Because like when I was in my 20s, please nobody fight me for this shit.
God.
I did not listen to Hov.
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
I didn't listen to Hov.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
It wasn't until I was 28. When I was 28, I started to understand Hov.
Yeah.
Like all the music that he was like really spitting. I was like, oh, this nigga he wasn't talking to them niggas. Yeah. He was talking to us, the grown folk niggas. Like for the niggas, for the niggas that got bills and shit, for niggas that is really going through the shit, going through the grind, bro. I couldn't understand Hov. And then as I got older, I was like, yo, oh my god. Like,
I think you know what it was with me between like with Hov. Like I just felt like Hov was putting out dope shit like in the 90s. I ain't gonna lie, he put out dope shit in the 90s. When I really feel like when he did Big Pimpin', I really feel like that was just like it was just like I don't feel like he had the best verse on it.
No.
Even with Big Pimpin', I don't feel like he had the best verse.
Like that's like saying I was listening. Yo, I went back and listened to a lot of UGK stuff.
Yeah. Niggas is nice.
Nah, UGK was. Yo,
I'm
really
happy
about. I gotta pause us.
Good.
I was so happy when I heard Project Pat using the classic flow on that Drake shit.
Oh yeah.
When I heard that shit, and then I heard 21 Savage try his best Project Pat impression. I was like, respect. But Project Pat being on that, I was
on Knife Talk.
Is that Knife Talk? Yeah.
So like, you know what's so crazy is that
we got the slap ball.
But I'm saying, but even on Knife, even on Knife Talk, 21 when 21 came in, he smoked everybody.
21 hard though. He
been
smoking,
bro. Like he smoked that feature.
21 went in on a lot, and I'ma just say that a year later.
Yeah, no.
On a lot, 21 was given.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't give 21 his respect. But like back to UGK, bro. Like listening to International Players Anthem, Pimp C had the best verse. Yeah. We give it to Andre because we love Andre so much.
I never gave it to Andre.
I can't necessarily agree with you.
No.
I didn't give it to Andre.
No. Pimp C, bro, go back and listen to Pimp C had the best verse on that.
I can't necessarily agree with that.
Why not?
I've heard that song a million times.
Me too.
Sampled it. Nah, I can't necessarily.
But what is it about Andre that everybody's so special?
Because he's hard.
What is it that everybody listen?
Hard.
See, I ain't want to go there.
Listen, I just want to know from you. That's all I just want to know. You an Andre fan?
Yeah.
I'm an Andre fan too.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about we going back to
Walk It Out. Walk It Out remix was his best verse ever.
What's it that Walk It Out like Usher?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
I probably won't trust you.
That's like the first time I really heard him really go in though.
Stop it.
Don't do that.
My opinions.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Stop
bro,
it.
I can pull. I can pull verses.
I even like him when he was on what's that? The shit that he did with Frank Ocean. What's
Pink
that?
Matter. Bro, that verse alone can smoke a lot of niggas' verses right now.
I can't remember the Pink Matter verse.
I'm gonna tell you, go back and listen to it.
Crazy
for everybody out there, go back and listen to that Pink Matter verse.
You're not a Frank fan?
I love so Run Forest is fire, but
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah. That's hard.
That's not even
a lot
that
of
shit.
A lot of stuff that he make is dope when I hear it, but I don't necessarily just go and search for his music.
Gotcha.
You know who music I'm searching for? I got alerts set for St. John. I got alerts set for Roddy Ricch. I got alerts set for Black Bear. Shit like that though. First of all, niggas gonna hate me for this, but MGK one of the most slept on lyricists out right now.
I just want to make sure I
Machine
just
Gun
want to make sure we talk about the same person.
Slept on.
Really?
After the
Machine-
pod, I'm gonna play y'all a verse.
Say
And if your
Machine?
eyes don't
No,
get big,
hold on, not
after the pod, I'm gonna play y'all.
not
a
Wild
Machine
Boy,
verse.
not Wild Boy.
Yeah,
Talking
Wild
about
Boy.
Steve-O?
Yeah, Steve-O.
Machine Gun Kelly, ain't he from Ohio?
He's from Ohio, but so is King Cudi. The Moon Man is from Ohio.
I'm not a Cudi fan.
I'm a Cudi fan, but
The
I can't.
Moon Man is from Ohio.
I
You
can't
playing
get
games.
with the whole
You playing games.
Nirvana
The Moon
shit
Man
that she
is-
was talking about.
The Moon
I
Man is
just
from
think- I just
Ohio.
didn't get with
Stop
that.
it. The Moon Man is from Ohio. Stop it. The Moon Man is from Ohio. Put some respect on Ohio names.
I mean, I put a respect on his pen. His
Moon
pen
Man?
game? Yeah, his pen game is.
Of course.
I respect his pen
He's
game.
one of the best artists
I know, he's-
all time. Top 50 all time.
Yeah, he's the best artist that. Yeah,
Top 50.
Kanye
He's
thank
definitely
him.
the best
Kanye-
artist.
Kanye
for-
thank him. Kanye
Yeah.
thank him.
Yeah, Kanye
Kanye
thank
thank
him
him.
for sure.
Mr.
Yeah.
West thank him.
Mr. West thank
He would
him.
never thank him.
What?
He'll never
He
thank
would
Cudi.
never thank him.
He not gonna thank Chance neither.
Man,
None of those.
He didn't cuss
Listen,
Chance
did he put
out.
Ty Dolla $ign on the album?
We were all mine.
Was he on
No. Todd Dolla $ign
He
is
wasn't on Donda.
what? No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Ty was on Donda.
He was?
Yeah, Ty on the Donda joint.
What song?
I can't remember.
He was,
I
he
can't-
was on some
I can't-
audio in the back. He wasn't. He didn't have a
Ty
verse.
on Donda.
No, are you serious?
He was on Drake.
No,
album.
he was on. I mean, come on. But most of Drake stuff was like samples and stuff that was already existing, so I don't really count that. Like, I love Drake's album. Drake's album is an 8.9.
Quick question. We had Drake. What's your top 5 off of Certified Lover?
Top 5?
Top 5. What's your top 5?
I don't have a top 5. I have 3.
You have 3. Just 3?
Mm-hmm.
Just 3.
Mhm.
What's your 3?
I mean, my number 3 is gonna be the intro.
Okay.
My number 2, Knife Talk,
Okay.
and then cause I'm the nigga I
Poppy's
am,
Home.
Poppy's Home, man.
That
Poppy's
means
Home.
you really didn't dive into the
No,
album.
I dived into the album.
So you don't like TSU. You don't
TSU, TSU is my bonus track. TSU is like in the upper echelon. Like, bro, if you go to my, I'm not gonna tell niggas to go to my TikTok, but I'm just saying, like,
You got a TikTok?
I got a TikTok. What?
I got a TikTok.
I mean, cause I have to advertise podcasts, make sure niggas
so
going
when you
out.
advertising on your TikTok because I know you're not advertising the podcast. I know
Definitely
you're
am.
not.
That's what I am.
What's your TikTok?
I don't even have a TikTok.
I have a TikTok because I take clips from our podcast,
Yeah.
and then I put it up there.
Okay.
Anybody that's following my TikTok, they know that.
What's your TikTok? So you let
Definitely not
people
telling people that.
What?
But
Why not?
Telling people your TikTok.
it's the
man.
same. It's the same thing as everything.
They don't know. Tell them.
It's QUINSI_.
Okay.
It's Quincy.
Simple as that.
Quincy, baby.
That's good.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, so I just feel like Drake album is dope,
Okay.
right? I give it an
You
8.9.
gave me 3 bottom songs. You didn't even say 7, 8, 7, 8.
Look.
9, 10.
Bro, you're not advertising on TikTok, bro. This is
What? Don't do
Let me
it.
see it. Let me
No.
I ain't even see it.
No.
Let me see it. Let me see
bro,
it.
this nigga Dadbod City. That man did a transition.
Nah.
No. You bring
lying.
up my transition.
You lying.
You
Bro,
not gonna
that
do
nigga
that?
did a
Now
transition.
I gotta type it in.
And he did a transition and he did the Dougie.
Wait.
And then that shit.
Yo, y'all go look that nigga.
No,
Yo.
no.
Wait.
Yo.
Look, are you playing TSU?
I just said TSU
No.
my bonus.
Did this nigga just say
I said
my
TSU.
3 favorite songs?
I said TSU my bonus.
Yo,
That's what I fucking said.
Yo, get the fuck out of here.
That's
I
it,
ain't
buddy.
no
Yo, fam got music video effects
Yo.
on him. He about to hype up like a Super Saiyan and then the transition to the Dougie.
Yo, we not gonna do this. Yo, so
Y'all follow
Move-
QUINSI
Yo, that's you?
underscore
That's not my man's.
on TikTok.
That's not my man's on TikTok, boy. Yo,
Wow.
that shit. Yo, y'all gonna look at that shit.
Yo.
Yo, bro.
So, all right, let me bring myself back.
Go
All right,
ahead,
so,
man.
what we at?
all right, so, Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone.
So my cousin, when I seen that fucking article, I almost jumped. Like I jumped like I fucking won. So, Rolling Stone, how did that come about?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, like I had nothing to do with it. I woke up and everybody was texting me and calling my phone like, "Yo,
real shit."
But yeah, it wasn't like no reached out interview or nothing like that. They were profiling the area, and luckily and thankfully, I did enough work that they felt like it was.
With you then, you know what I mean?
It was a point to mention me, so I was cool with it. But at the same time, that shit. It's something, and we thankful for it and shit like that, but it's nothing at the same time. It puts my name on Rolling Stone radars, and that they watching.
Yeah.
So it's some white dudes, some old white men in the office somewhere in New York who are now aware on who Lord Fess is.
But that's all.
And shout out to that because maybe a check will get cut at some point in life.
Yeah, man.
But other than that,
I think that's a big accomplishment to a lot of motherfuckers out here.
Yeah. People
mixtaping and
people would kill to be in Rolling Stone magazine. Don't
Nigga.
get me wrong. But at the same time, just keep doing what the fuck you doing because, okay, cool, they mentioned me, now what?
Did it change? Did it start to change the trajectory?
Nothing.
Nothing didn't change.
It changed online. I got some followers. I got like 300 new followers that day.
Gotcha.
It's growth, social media wise, but I don't put too much in social media because I'm more of a touch the people type of you know what I'm saying? I'm a guy for people. Like,
I mean, you don't want to be touching people. You see how that got Robert Kelly.
Yo, man, we not gonna talk about R. Kelly on here, man. Stop, man.
Rolling Stone was dope. Issa Rae was doper though. Okay, stuff comes from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, all right, bet. I get the right songs for this TV show that's really cool, and if it gets placed, then we out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, Issa, you know what's so crazy? When Tyler started to change his sound, Issa started and I'm like, she started throwing tracks from like his last album, the Flower album.
Yeah.
And then I realized oh, they nominated him for a Grammy for this one. And then the next album, Igor wins it. Right. So when he started to change his sound, but anybody that's been listening to Odd Future forever, he was saying it on Bastard I'm gonna win a Grammy. Yeah. I'm gonna win a Grammy. Yeah. I'm gonna win a Grammy. And to have that foreshadowing, that understanding that, yo, what I have in my head, once I get this motherfucker out, it's over.
He low-key manifested it, though. I don't know how deep y'all get in the energy and manifestations and shit. You know, I don't know your viewers is really into that shit, but whatever you say, it got power to it. You know what I mean? Definitely. It's got the energy to it. And he damn sure put that shit out in the fucking ether. You feel me? Quickly. And that shit happened. People was hating on the choice because who else was up for the Grammy that year?
I still didn't believe he deserved that shit, in my opinion.
Really? Igor, no.
First of all them awards is subjective. Though. It's a board of niggas. You can sign up to be a fucking Grammy voter, bro. It's ways, you don't gotta be a fucking world renowned such and such to be on the voting committee. I think you gotta know the right people and you can apply for that shit. You know what I mean? Shit the same for NBA MVP. The media applies to vote for that shit. And then I think there's one player vote.
It's one player vote. Yeah, do they do the coaches' votes as well? Too?
Yeah, a player vote, a coach's vote, and then the media takes the poll. Who the fuck cares what the media pick? Who cares what the media pick?
Because if the players would have
the media can't write what I could write. Yeah. The media can write articles.
Yeah.
I can write hits.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So the media knows what a good article is. And they know what a good story is. And they know what a good spin is. They know what a good lead is.
Gotcha.
I know what a good hook is. I know what a good verse is. I know what a good beat is. So I'm not really putting a word in the hierarchy way up there. They word go in the middle somewhere just because they listen to a bunch of music.
Exactly, and that's I think people that compose music, that produce music, that engineer music, that write music, those should be the only people that should judge it. Just like in sports, just like in sports. Because how are you telling me you ain't never dribbled a basketball, but you telling me the MVP is Giannis Antetokounmpo? Not to say he didn't deserve it 1 year, but you have people like James Harden that only have one.
James Harden is trash.
Kobe, God rest his soul.
James Harden is dookie, bro. He has a lot of basketball talent, but he's dookie. He dribble, dry flop. Dribble. You know I hate them dribbling ass players. Dribble.
I mean,
Euro.
I'm saying he had to change his play style when he came to Brooklyn. So
Did he though?
I'm saying
He just dribble.
He was actually off. He had a he had something with his hamstrings and shit like that.
Yeah, it's called overweight. That man came back 50 pounds overweight, bro. He on the court looking
But
like
James
us.
Harden always looked like that though. His body type, he wasn't the fittest. He was never the fittest.
That's
dude.
cap. I'm gonna show you some old fit James Harden look like Carl Weathers.
wow.
And
That's a comparison.
What year was this?
It's probably like 14, probably like 14, 15.
No, probably more recent, like 4 years ago. And then he just stopped giving a fuck.
Because he didn't want to be there no more. He fucked all the strippers in Houston.
I don't know what he did in Houston.
I mean, allegedly.
Listen, either way,
I
I feel like James Harden is like what of all time shooting guards. I could put him in the top 10.
Top 10?
Top 30.
Who of shooting guards? Who's really better than him throughout the years?
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen in his prime.
Ray Allen.
We talking about James Harden
Ray
in his
Allen
prime,
in his
right?
prime.
So you obviously you put Jordan, Kobe,
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade is number 2.
If you would have
Dwayne Wade
is like my number 2.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen for sure.
Yeah.
Do I gotta keep going? Cause you seem to be forgetting.
Yeah, I'm losing it. Oh damn.
Joe Dumars.
But
Yeah.
they wasn't.
What are you doing?
You look at it though, like if you put James Harden in that era, you put Kyrie in that era. Any of these players.
No, Kyrie
would get buckets in that era.
Well, Kyrie is nothing but.
If you put Braun in the 90s,
Look, we're not
doing that.
We're not gonna. Bron doesn't. We don't talk about LeBron because LeBron is just different.
Even for D Wade, if you put James Harden in the 90s, James Harden is killing.
D Wade would average 50 in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because he's the same play type as Michael Jordan, not really a long range shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the good 3s and 2s now got a little long range game. Even Braun got a slight long range.
And
game.
that was developed over the last 8 years.
D Wade ain't have no real long range.
Yeah,
he had one back down move.
Even when he retired. He had a corner 3.
Nah, that was a
Sometimes
clutch moment.
Yeah.
Clutch moment.
I'm just saying, he still had that.
Yeah.
He still had that in his bag. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
But you need me to keep going on shooting guard.
No. You don't have to. You don't have to keep going.
But so why? But James Harden is nice. I don't think he's
James
better than
Harden
Manu. I don't think he's better than Manu.
Right, I ain't even get down to
No,
Manu.
we didn't get
That's why I say he's top 30. Manu came off the bench and is still a better Hall of Fame career than Harden.
That's right.
So
He got what, 4 rings?
But he had a team.
Got you.
James Harden.
Everybody had a team.
I'm
Michael
saying-
Jordan had a team.
Of course, Michael had
He had a
fancy
nigga
whatever one.
he had a nigga who was willing to get 25 rebounds and not take one jumper.
And that's
Dennis
respect.
Rodman.
That's respect. And
This
Robin
nigga
was like one of
is
my
in the
favorite
Hall of
players.
Fame for not shooting. In the name of the game
But
is
you don't
basketball.
need to be in the Hall of Fame to shoot. It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you do.
You don't need to be in the Hall of Fame.
How many
to shoot.
defensive Hall of Famers are there?
Shit,
I can name 2.
Defensive.
Ben Wallace.
Hakeem the Dream? You mean the
The-
best
I'm
offensive
saying,
center?
He's not the best offensive center. He's not
the
better
best
than Shaq.
offensive.
I would
Shaq-
have had a
Shaq was more
said it.
dominant.
Shaq said it
Shaq
with his
Shaq
own
doubts
mouth.
himself. No, Shaq doubts himself.
No, he know he ain't got no moves. He got like 3 moves.
Giannis ain't got no moves, and look what the hell he did.
And who does Shaq love the most?
Shaq said the
Who
hardest
does Shaq
person.
love the most?
Shaq said he was the hardest to guard.
Nah,
Who does Shaq love the most?
he loved him, man.
He loves Giannis. He can't say his name, but he loves him.
Antetokounmpo.
He loves
Antetokounmpo.
He-
But yeah.
I'm saying that because I'm saying at the end of the day, like, just look at the work that Giannis put in. When Giannis first came in, he did not look like that at all.
Because Jason Kidd was turning him into a point guard, which actually helps his skills now.
Yeah.
You remember Giannis? They was letting him do this weird bring the ball up, Scottie Pippen,
Yeah.
Grant Hill type
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They tried that out, but they got rid of J Kidd because he too hard on his players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard that he almost made Bro retire.
Man, who?
Larry Sanders. Larry Sanders was about to become an all-star defensively because the Bucks can defensive players. That's a good place for defensive players.
Yeah.
And Giannis was defender first. That offensive bucket came and he was out of here.
Gotcha. So let's button this one up because I can see y'all guys gonna talk about basketball.
Oh my bad.
You feel me? We're gonna go ahead and button that up. I'm curious because I mean obviously we talked about music and obviously a little bit about basketball, but I want to dive into like relationship shit and love, right?
Oh jeez. I don't know anything.
Go ahead,
So
Mr. Valentine.
Mr. Valentine, thank you. Not Valentine.
Mr. Valentine.
But recently Jada Pinkett said that
Smith.
Yeah, you
gotta put some respect on the
put
ring.
some respect.
All right. For now, we gonna call it Jada Pinkett
She's
Smith.
not going nowhere.
All right,
Put some respect on the ring.
All right, Jada Pinkett Smith recently said
Okay.
that on her bucket list, right, she wants to learn how to love.
She don't know how to love.
Can I walk out of here?
All right, so
what?
Yeah, I don't know if you've been following.
What? I don't follow bullshit.
All right.
Come on.
So
accountability.
Okay,
That sounds like a whole bunch of shit for money. I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna keep going. She said that she doesn't necessarily believe in conventional marriage, which Will Smith did believe in conventional marriage.
Did he though?
At the beginning, he did
because he agreed to go open.
No,
and it just backfired terribly.
Okay, so now Jada, right? So Jada ended up in a relationship with this young lion.
With a young lion.
I'll see her.
That nigga's a lion, bro. That nigga's a motherfucker. That nigga's a lion, nigga. That nigga was mauling her. You know what I mean? Listen, nigga, what's that nigga, what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yo, that
nigga, I'm 5'10". I knock joints down like that with ease, so I know
Yo, bro, this nigga said he was a lion.
Young lion. Roar. Nah, so like, I have a question for you fellas, right?
Go ahead, bro.
Hypothetically speaking, say you get married.
Yeah.
Part of the conditionings of you getting married is that your lady wants to open marriage and able to deal with somebody in an intimate way, right? But the stipulations, right, is that they cannot fall in love. They can only just have that physical intimacy with that person.
It's impossible.
Falling in love isn't an intentional thing, though. So,
That's my motherfucking cousin.
So I had. Now I had a period of time where I was experimenting with polyamory for real.
Woo!
So really was
so he could talk that
I was getting to that point.
Go ahead. I mean, I dove into it, and I'm gonna keep all of my affairs like
we gonna keep it private.
We're
gonna keep it private,
but at the same time, you learn a lot about yourself, your cues, your ability to like really like use your intuition and sense certain shit, because you got to be more aware then. You know what I mean? Because you got to be aware of your own shit and somebody else's. Because you don't want it, like, if you're going to walk around on eggshells, polyamory, open situations, any of those freedom-based love disciplines, any of that is going to fail because you're walking on eggshells. Those things got to be open, honest, and aware. You know what I mean? Just have your eyes wide open. You know what I mean? It sounds like Jada being honest, and I'm doing my best to protect black women at all costs. You know what I mean?
See, we got two sides of the spectrum over here. I already know where this is about to go. Let's go.
Because it'd be shitty of us to not believe her at this moment. We give her time, and because we gotta give her time because we don't know if she bullshitting yet.
Nigga, you know she bullshit. That red table talk bullshit. Go ahead, man.
We don't know if she bullshitting yet. Because you gotta think about the situation she had. It sounds like somebody who's trying to find herself.
Listen.
And it's her fault. She gotta be accountable for not getting in a fucking 35-year marriage.
She was out in public with this nigga at the awards show.
With who, August?
Yes.
But they were open. And Will knew.
Open to what?
Open
Clearly, he didn't know the motherfucker was shedding tears. He didn't know it was that serious.
Look,
he didn't. Yeah, Will didn't know.
Because August was falling for.
That was
no. Let's not say August.
They both
fall for each other. Let's not do that.
It seems as if they both was falling, right? But we don't know what. See, Will, he been private anyway. He just started this whole social media, my open book life. I want to wear my Dadbod City on the internet and shit. Because he had Dadbod City looking wild. That boy was like proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But I fucks with Will for that. Even though, you know what I'm saying, we done seen Will hella buff. He had let himself go a little bit, but we give him his time to get back fit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's 53 years old.
He is 53.
You know what I'm saying?
He allowed to have
They just had him in the GQ.
Yeah,
bag,
he's a new GQ.
Yeah,
but that's what he was talking. So that's what he was talking about.
Washington beard. I don't know what he doing.
Yo, that
I ain't with
that gives me "Make America Great." Hat.
Will, listen, like my Mount Rushmore is only 2 actors: Will Smith and Jamie Foxx.
Thank you.
And Will is slowly doing weird shit that I ain't fucking with right now.
But like, for
please
me,
put out a good movie.
Yeah, but for me, like, I think
the last movie he put out, not to cut you off.
Last good Will joint, where he battled his young self. But I won't fuck with
that was a good movie.
And then the one with the fairies, and it was like make believe but real life situations because they was in the hood. Light Bright or something.
Bright.
Yeah,
it's called Bright.
Yeah, that was hard too.
Yeah,
I think you talking about the nigga in the genie shit.
Aladdin.
No, that was for my daughter.
But it's just for me. I think the whole open marriage thing, like. It's something I would definitely.
I honestly don't think the marriage should be open. If y'all are married, then y'all gotta just.
But why get married if you gonna cheat?
No, it's not cheating. And hold on, let me say what I was gonna say. So
it's not cheating if you got a hall pass.
Boom,
bro. It's like people trying to create this code.
How spiritual are you?
They trying to listen. I got people in my family that's Muslim, and I got some people in my family that still practice Christianity.
Right. So peep game. I'ma just use simple language so people can grasp it and understand it. Because I can go full spectrum spiritual, I can keep it low. I'm gonna just keep it low.
Low vibrations.
The sin is in the lie, not the consummation, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you lie to your wife, that's what should weigh on your conscience and your morality. Like, they don't even teach ethics in school, bro. That's why we all fucked up right now. But ethics is mad easy. If it feel wrong, don't do it. Nigga, what? That's the science of ethics, bro. If it feel wrong, don't do it.
But that's. I mean,
if you stab a nigga and you cry afterwards, you probably shouldn't have stabbed that nigga.
And that's simplicity. Like, a lot of things we overcomplicate, right? Like, honestly, I'm single right now, and
say it again.
I'm